Welcome to the Geoecologist. In this session, we are going to learn about a very important answer to a pertinent question that most of the undergraduate students have in this particular system of education. That is how to crack or how to prepare for master's entrance examination. So there are numerous university entrance examinations, but people are mostly confused or have many queries and questions regarding what should be the approach, what should be the strategy to prepare for master's entrance examination. So in this session, we are going to answer to all those important questions. So let's go ahead. Now, first of all, we need to understand the need for master's degree. Why a person has to do master's when he's already done a graduation? So, what is the basic need? Let's understand this. First is that it is a gateway to higher studies. Means going into master's and further pursuing studies and further going to MPhil or PhD or further more level of research, master's is the basic gateway. So, through master's, a person who dreams to go into higher studies can pursue his career further. Now, second important is that unlike graduation, master's is more in depth. It means master's degree is not just a degree for general purpose. It becomes more specific in nature because it gives you more in-depth knowledge of that particular subject. That was important, so it is called the master's degree, because from a bachelor's now you become master of your subject. So it gives you in-depth knowledge. Third important point is that it gives maturity in the subject matter. Remember, in your graduation, whatever you studied on particular topics as part of your syllabus for 3 years, it was not in depth. It was not in that level of maturity. So in masters, you study all those important subject matters at a greater level of maturity. That's what is about the master's degree. Then it is also more applied in nature. So remember, you may have studied many theories or many theorems or many articles and many viewpoints of various scientists in your undergraduate syllabus, but the more applied aspect of that particular syllabus that you have studied, you're going to learn in your master's syllabus. That's how it is designed. So it is more applied in nature. Then it also opens door to the career in academics. So as we know, if you have to build a career in academics, it means if you have to be a professor someday, a tutor someday, or you have to go to become a good researcher, you have to join any research institution, that's the basic requirement that you should be master's degree holder in your particular subject. So that's where it opens door to the career as well in academics. Now, for some people, it also helps in preparation for other competitive exams. Many people also tend to focus more on the subject matter, which facilitate them to prepare for exams like UPSC, that is IAS exams, or state services exams, or any other preparatory exams where their subject matter is their optional subject. So many a times this is also an approach for doing masters. But remember, it is not part of the urgent or pertinent need. The basic first 5 points that we discussed was the basic need, but sixth point is also there in terms of the consideration that people may buy some time and also prepare your subject in details. That's why master's degree is important. Now, let's go ahead and see various approaches and strategies. But remember, before that, we need to understand few key points here. You see, several universities have master's entrance examinations. Delhi University, JNU, Jamia, BHU, Ambedkar, South Asian University, and so many others in this country, right? So, how to locate oneself? Where do you want to go? It's a country of millions, right? So, it's important to locate yourself amid all. So, first important point is to focus which is your area of interest. Where do you want to go? Where is your interest lying in which of the universities, right? So there is a list which I'll show you right now that you need to ask yourself and try and find out answers to these important points. The first is number of seats, how many appear, and what is the success ratio. So suppose if you are going for entrance exam in University of Delhi, so you need to understand that in your subject, how many seats are there. If taking all the categories, how many seats are there in your category that you belong, right? So if there is a distribution, category wise distribution, understand that where do you locate yourself, which seat is meant for you, and also try and understand that how many people appear, what is the general trend, and what is the success ratio. Why is it important? Because this know-how will help you generate your important self-confidence about your goal, right? That's where it is important. Now, cutoff. For any entrance examination you prepare, cutoffs of previous years matter because it gives you an idea that how many questions would you solve to get that particular cutoff which was previous year's cutoff. Or you can think about leaving a certain question when you are writing your examination, that if you have solved enough and if there is negative marking, you can plan that step for yourself. That's why cutoff is important. Now, lag in the syllabus of your home university where you did your graduation from, and the prospective university for which you are going to appear for the entrance exam. This is important for a student, an aspirant, to find out. Why? Because in certain state universities or smaller universities, not more detailed syllabus is there in that particular subject, and in other bigger universities where you have, supposedly if you say University of Delhi or JNU, you have detailed syllabus studies happening. So there is always some kind of lag. Alright, so you need to find out that what is the difference between undergraduate syllabus of that particular university where you are going to apply and where you came from. So if you understand the lag, then you can overcome it. That's why you need to understand that what more is needed. Then, understand the exam pattern. Is it an MCQ based exam? Is it an online exam? Is it an offline exam? Or is it having a mixed kind of question where you have certain questions in multiple choice and certain in written format? So understand the pattern, and then also understand the pattern of the questions that are being asked. So that is what important is, how you locate yourself. Then, time left and timeline of preparation. This is important because many of the people are confused that exactly when to start the preparation for master's entrance examination. Remember, preparation doesn't start on a particular date. It doesn't depend on astrology. It is just about your mindset. If you feel that final year of your paper in undergraduate syllabus, you're comfortable in devoting some time every day, then the time starts there. But my suggestion would be that whenever you understand that you need to maintain that particular timeline of preparation, then first frame your timeline. Suppose you are starting your preparation in the second year of your graduation, then remember what is your timeline. What will be the plan of your study and how much time you are going to devote on each part of the syllabus. So that is how the preparation starts. For some people, they think just it can be done in 3 months, for some 6 months, for some maybe 2 years. So that is dependent on your planning. So how well you are versed with the syllabus and how well can you cover in a given particular time. So that is important for the aspirant to decide the timeline. There is no fixed timeline. Many people prepare for just last 4 months or 3 months and then they crack. But this is not true for everyone. Everyone has a different truth in this term. So remember, plan according to your idea, but it would be good that if you prepare for 1 year, that is my suggestion. Now, resources. That is the last part that you need to understand and locate yourself, that there are numerous study materials and there are many people who would be interested to guide you or maybe even misguide you. So remember, guide is important, misguide is not important, and you need to be clear about this. So the same is there with the study material. There are numerous material to study in any syllabus that you pick, of whichever subject you pick, online, offline. But remember, you need to be focused on your resources. And how will you do it? By deconstructing the syllabus and further that we discussed in the approach and strategy section. So let's go ahead and see how these particular points can be achieved through what approaches and what strategies. So let's go ahead. Now, first we understand the approach. So basic approach lies in the syllabus. Remember, syllabus is the key. If you know your undergraduate syllabus of a standard level where you are going to give an examination for a particular institution, a particular university, remember, write down the entire syllabus and start breaking the syllabus into smaller topics. That is what deconstruction means. But remember, deconstruction it doesn't mean that you break into smaller part of syllabus and do not study in depth. So deconstruction here of the syllabus largely means that you decide that which topic is more important, which topic would require more of your time, which you already know. So that is where it is important when you break the entire syllabus into smaller subtopics. That's important. Now, basics will never go out of fashion. So remember, if somebody suggests you that no, these questions are out of date, that doesn't come. Basics, remember, is always there. Many a times question come from the basics and people are out of place. They don't have any idea how to answer. So if you are not good with your basics, please still, if you have time, go to NCERTs and construct your basic concept of your subjects from school days and then study the graduation syllabus. That would be helpful. But remember, plan it with time. Then, SWOT analysis of yourself. SWOT analysis is strength, weaknesses, opportunities and challenges. This is not about anyone else but yourself. What is your strength? What is your weakness? What are the opportunities that you have? And what are the challenges that you need to overcome? If you can make this chart for yourself by analyzing yourself, then you understand which part you have to work more, how you have to overcome those weaknesses, how you have to make those challenges into opportunities. So that's how you analyze yourself, and it is important for all the aspirants, and that's what the basic approach is for any entrance examination. Now, enjoy the process. Now remember what happens because of this process that is a little lengthy and also it is heavy in terms of your own aspirations, performance pressure, it becomes very boring at times because you have already studied undergraduate syllabus for 3 years. Now again you're supposed to study it in details. So many a times the process is failed by the aspirants in terms of pressure. So remember to enjoy the process, and for enjoyment of the process you need to have this confidence of handling the performance pressure. Remember that any examination, any master's entrance examination of any subject, you can only crack if you're confident enough and if you know how to enjoy that syllabus. Okay, learning is not just a part where you are robotic in nature. It's part where you enjoy it, and if you enjoy your syllabus, then you are more versed and you are more aptly suited to crack that examination. And last point is valuing time. This valuing time is part of everything that you apply to. So all these approaches, knowing the syllabus, deconstruction, basics, SWOT analysis, enjoying the process, you see time is important in all this. Time is the common thread. If you don't value time, if you don't start preparation at right time, and who will tell you the right time? You yourself. You have to understand that how much can you learn in one particular hour or one day. That is when you need to assess yourself and plan according to the time and do value time for the preparation. So these are the basic approaches for entrance examination. Now let's look at the strategies. So now let's understand that strategy is the basic methodology through which you go to crack the examination, to actually finally sit for the examination. So strategize. Now, first strategy is reading, writing and comprehending skills matter. Why? Because remember, as we understand from approaches, it's about syllabus, timeline coverage, right? So if you don't have a good reading skill, a good writing skill, a good comprehending skill is basically in a given time, how much can you comprehend from the given syllabus or whatever topic you are studying. So this may vary from person to person. A same person can handle many content in 1 hour, but remember, because of exam pressure, the same person may have to take 3 hours for the same topic. That is difference when you are in pressure. So remember to plan out your own skills according to your own skills, that in what timeline, in how much time can you devote a particular topic, and you will cover it thoroughly so that any question comes from that topic, you are able to write the answer. So that is what your comprehending skills mean. So focus on the basic skills. Remember the approach: reading, writing and comprehending skills. The basic skills would matter. So polish those skills. Then you have the key. What is the key? Previous year's questions. Now you need to find out in your subject of interest where you will find out the previous year's questions. As per my information, every university have these many shops where you have particular photocopy shop, or there are many other shops, bookshops, which sell these previous year's questions, maybe 20-year or 15-year or 10-year pack. So you can buy it from there, or you can take it from any of your seniors who have ever prepared. So that is on you, but first fetch it for yourself and then analyze those question papers in terms of subject-wise weightage. So which part of the syllabus has been maximum weightage given throughout the 5 years or 10 years? So that will give you an idea. So that is where you can strategize where to focus more, or which part is your weakness, where you have to overcome. So these things will be clear from analyzing your PYQ, that is previous year's questions. And then prepare for diagrammatic explanation. So if you don't make good diagrams or sketches, remember flow diagrams, sketches, maps, whatever is applied in your kind of subject, it is important where the entrance exam is subjective in nature, where you have to write subjective answers. So you can write diagrammatically, and that would suit best for the entrance exams if it is a subject or subjective pattern. Now, for objective patterns, MCQs, mock tests are important. So give as many mock tests online or offline if it is available. Solve as many MCQs as you can. Every day practicing multiple choice questions is important, because multiple choice question is something else than what you have been writing in your undergraduate paper. So remember, MCQs, even the subjects that you know well, you can go for a wrong answer because you don't have practice of looking at a question with 4 similar kind of answers. So that's where the flaw lies. So you need to practice more and more MCQs in the entire timeline of your preparation. That's for objective patterns wherever it is applied. Then what is in the news? This also holds importance because many a times there are questions that are related to your subject which was part of news in last at least 1 year. So also be vigilant. Remember to read current affairs specifically in terms of your subject area if it is, because many a times few questions are also there from current affairs in various entrance examinations. And then identify your sources where you have to study from. Okay, if on a given single subject of the syllabus you have 5 books, you cannot study all 5 books. So which book will you prefer? It is all dependent upon the point number 1, your reading, writing and comprehending skills. Which book do you think is the best for you? It is you to decide, no one else, because it's you who is going to study and comprehend from that particular book or from that particular website or that particular YouTube channel if you are studying from online sources. So remember, where to study from is your prerogative part. Okay, you need to understand, you need to assess yourself that which is easier for me, which is beneficial for me, which is more comprehensive for me. That's where you study from. Then interlinkages. When I say interlinkages, it means that follow this systematic approach where you have different components in the system and you fit it to make a complete system. So entrance examination is a system where you have various components and you have to interlink your syllabus part. For example, many subjects are there in which certain part is covered from approaches to that subject. So many people think that scope and approaches part of any subject is not important, but if you don't understand the scope and approach part of your undergraduate syllabus of that particular subject, many a times you cannot link it with the applied aspect. That's where you need to focus on the interlinkages as well in your syllabus. So remember, this is the basic strategy for all master's entrance examination preparation. Now, subject specific demands. This becomes pertinent for all of you who are going to give examination in different subject matters. So be it polity, history, geography, any other papers in social science, or for masters, for MSc. So remember, you know your subject well, okay, because you are going to give that examination after studying your undergraduate syllabus, right? So you understand that your subject has very specific demands in certain terms. What are those terms? Major theories, models, or theorems. So your subject will have certain theories or models or theorems, whatever be the nature of your subject. So you need to first figure out which are those parts, right? Then applied aspects of your subject. So remember, what are those applied aspects of your subject that holds important for entire humanity? So that's where the questions may come up. Then school of thoughts. Specifically in social sciences, there are various viewpoints and various schools of thoughts on given syllabus and given topics. So remember, you need to focus upon different schools of thoughts. You need to grab or get hold of all those particular schools of thoughts and their entire description and major, I mean to say, the pioneer people, the pioneer scientists, the social scientists who have done great work in those particular school of thoughts. That's important. Then critique. This is another significant aspect of the entire subject matter, whichever you come from. Because if you don't understand the critique, it means the pros and cons both, the positive and the negative aspects both of everything that you need to understand. So that is why you need to understand the critical analysis, critically analyze part of the question. So you need to understand the critique well of your subject matter. And the last part is recent developments. Remember, now you're going to give entrance exam for a higher study, so you need to be little versed with the recent development in the subject matter specific that you are now going to study further, right? So these are the major 5 points for individual subject matters that will lead your way through for your entrance examination. Now, remember this key terminology. The phrase that always stays for us is being positive. So this is a state of mind. This is about psychology, because it's exam and everybody fears. There are lots of negative feelings coming in when you think about any examination, that will I qualify? Will I qualify the entrance? There are so many people. I am just from a regional university. I have studied from a very small university where I did not even have good classrooms, did not have good teachers. Remember, get away from all those negativities. It's you who is going to study, who is going to crack. And remember, this is attitude which matters the most. If you have the attitude of a winner inside yourself, you are going to crack the examination, be it whatever the circumstance. So remember this line, that is, attitude is what matters. Forget all the negativities and just focus on the approach and strategies that we have discussed. And now, because I myself hail from geography discipline, so I have some entrance exam tips for MA Geography students entrance examination. So first is focus on the undergraduate syllabus. Remember to deconstruct the syllabus as we have discussed, and smaller topics for study is beneficial for multiple choice questions. Remember. Now second point is to use a checklist method for preparation. Suppose the entire 3-year syllabus you can deconstruct or divide into 100 topics. So now you have 1 to 100, and every day when you complete that number of topic, remember to tick mark. That will give you a lot of boost in your confidence, that out of 100 topics I have covered 6, now 10, now 25, now 90, now 99, and now I have completed the 100. That's how you use the checklist method of preparation. And then timeline method along with that. So remember, when you use your syllabus deconstruction, along with it, timeline planning is must. If you have just 3 months for preparation, you have just 90 days and time is clicking. So in 90 days, 100 topics. So you have less than 1 day for one topic. That's how you think when you think timeline. Then what we have is look at previous year's questions, but remember, do not blindly follow it. It may vary in its pattern. It's just to give you an idea. It's not the ultimate truth. Now, practice at least 10 to 15 MCQs every day from any source that you find. in any magazine if you find multiple choice questions, in any UPSC examination you find previous year's questions on geography, then you can find it on your online platform. Wherever you find, remember 10 to 15 MCQs every day, right till the previous day of your examination, that is Master's Entrance Exam. And then visit the prospective department's website and also get hold of the prospectus and other material that is there on the website of that particular department for which you want to appear. Many a times visiting department's website leads to good info that who is the faculty, what are their specialization, so you can also understand that what kind of questions those faculty can ask you, because it will be from their specialization mostly. So this will help you out in gaining some idea about the department that you're going to appear for. Then consult the seniors who cracked previous years. So if already you have so many seniors who have done this master's exam, they have cracked it in particular universities, you can talk to them, get some useful tips. But remember, they had their own journey of life, you have your own journey of life. So do not follow anything that they say blindly. Assess yourself and then follow the tips that you get from your seniors. Now, don't believe in myths. Many people have got through this entrance examination by just avoiding this particular myth. For example, biases, that particular region people are not welcome in particular universities or many others. Okay, so this is nothing to worry about. You are equally eligible like any other university student. If you come from any deep downtrodden university in your undergrad to come to University of Delhi or JNU, you are equally eligible and you are equally, remember, you are equally potent. So don't believe in these myths, remember in your potential. Now, believe in yourself and polish your own skills. That is the 9th important tip that I would like to give. So polish your own skills means writing, reading and comprehending skills. Focus on all these soft skills of yourself and gain confidence in your own self, right? And at last, remember my word, undergraduate time. If you have spent these 3 years of your life significantly on your syllabus, on your studies, even in a good way, you are having a great chance of success. So undergraduate time of 3 years is actually what matters, and how well you are known to this particular syllabus, because time and syllabus is the lifeboat that will take you through this ocean of entrance questions. So remember these few tips that I have given. And thank you for watching and subscribing to my channel, The Geoecologist. And if you have further queries, you can write to krishna.geography@gmail.com. That is my email ID. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing to